Predators. Animals that kill and eat other animals. Cats are predators that hunt songbirds and their eggs. Extinct. No longer existing. Dinosaurs are extinct, but you can see their bones in museums. Food chain. Order in which living things depend on each other as a source of food. Plants are at the bottom of almost every food chain. Ecosystems. Groups of living and non-living things that affect each other. Coral reefs are one of the ocean's many ecosystems. Conservation. Related to the protection of animals, plants, and nature. My uncle works on a conservation project that takes care of baby elephants. By saving America's wolves. They were hunted and killed until they almost disappeared. Now, these fierce and important creatures are making a comeback. Imagine you are a gray wolf in the Montana wilderness. You are one of the most feared predators on Earth. Your teeth can rip through skin and crush bone. Animals many times your size run when they see you. But there is one creature that fills your heart with fear. Humans. For hundreds of years, humans in America have hunted, poisoned, and trapped your kind. They have almost made you extinct. And they aren't finished with you yet. The Big Bad Wolf. Before the 1800s, as many as 2 million wolves lived in America. They roamed the leafy forests of New England. They howled across the deserts of the Southwest. They splashed through the icy rivers of the Rocky Mountains. But then people began to move to new parts of America. These people were called pioneers, and they were terrified of wolves. They told their children stories in which wolves were human-eating monsters. Americans' fear of wolves soon grew into hatred. That's when wolves began dying out. Humans shot them with guns. They tricked them into eating poisoned meat. They caught them in sharp metal traps. They turned their fur into hats and coats. Then wolves were gone. By the 1920s, there were none left in most of America. Not a monster. 50 years later, many people started to realize that wolves are not monsters. They are actually afraid of humans. People also began to understand that Earth needs wolves. Why? As wolves began to disappear, the number of elk grew in parts of the U.S. That's because wolves weren't there to hunt them. These elk gobbled up trees and grasses that other animals needed to survive. Without these trees and grasses, birds couldn't build their nests. Beavers couldn't build their dams. Wolves are what are called apex predators, animals at the very top of the food chain. Apex predators are a necessary part of the ecosystems where they live. Without apex predators, the natural world is out of balance. Killing off wolves was a terrible mistake, so the U.S. government passed a law that protected them from being hunted. Set free. In the 1990s, wildlife experts came up with a bold plan. They decided to bring wolves back. The experts caught 31 gray wolves up in Canada. These wolves were then set free in Yellowstone National Park. 2.2 million acres of wilderness in Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. Scientists hoped that these wolves would have pups and form new packs. Packs are groups of wolves that live and hunt together. The plan worked. In fact, it was a huge success. In less than 2 decades, 1,600 wolves were in the Yellowstone area. Today, the government says that wolves are no longer in danger of becoming extinct.
Why the world needs wolves. Wolves are at the top of the food chain. They help keep nature in balance. Here's one example of what could happen if wolves disappeared. 1. After many years of being hunted, wolves vanish from America's wilderness. 2. With wolves gone, fewer elk are hunted and the number of elk goes way up. 3. Elk gobble up trees and grass that other animals need to survive. Some birds have nothing to use to build their nests.
A fierce debate. Many Americans are thrilled to have wolves back. Thousands of people travel to see them in Yellowstone National Park every year. And wolves are helping to fix the ecosystem in Yellowstone too. Elk populations are now much smaller and healthier. But not everyone is happy about the return of wolves. Some hunters complain that wolves hunt the same animals they do. Some farmers are angry because wolves kill their cows. A few states have decided to allow people to once again hunt wolves outside of national parks. Now, experts are working hard to make sure that wolves do not disappear again. They are raising wolves in conservation centers and then releasing them back into the wild. These conservation centers also have programs that teach people how important wolves are. At peace with people. Imagine again that you are a mighty gray wolf. You are trotting through the snow with your pack. Suddenly, you sense that a human is nearby. Fear washes over you. You run across the snow, but you aren't fast enough. A man has something aimed at you. Click. You fall. Everything goes dark. But you are not dead. This human did not come to kill you. He came to help you. It was not a bullet that hit you. It was a dart full of a drug that has put you into a deep sleep. The man rushes to your side. He is an expert who studies and cares for wolves. He and his team weigh you and measure your paws. They record notes in their journals. Everything they learn will help them better understand you and your kind. Of course, you don't know any of this. You are still fast asleep. When you wake up, the man is gone. You stand and lift your head high. Then you let out a long howl. In the distance, your pack howls back to you. They are waiting for you to come home.